Hello everyone. This section of my page is going to be really exciting. I decided to take another avenue and try to be more interactive with what's happening in the world. So this section is called Peace of Mind, where I am going to be reacting and giving my perception, my views, my thoughts on trending topics that are very essential to everyday life. I plan to get very provocative, just thought provoking for the most part. Opinions, what they say, everybody have one. I have many. Some may agree, some may not agree, but the point is that the conversation is being had and thoughts start to get away with each other. So anything that allows for positive thinking, reflection, I'm good with, and hopefully that's exactly what happened. I believe every woman, whoever used to follow Derek Jackson need to unfollow him, like right now. Recently, Derek Jackson with an X was found to be adulterous and disloyal to his dear little old wife. She's not old, but and a blogger revealed it. It was actually like he was exploited because the girl who he had a relationship with actually came out with this juicy interview, tell-all, exposing everything that they had going on and, what took place and, including sex inside of his marriage. So here's the thing. All over social media, for some reason, and outside of Derek, there's a bunch of young men, particularly black men, who have developed this niche of coaching women to be great in relationships. My question, because I just came across a new one today scrolling, my question is, why do men feel as if they make such great relationship coaches for women? Why? What is it that men have that makes a woman want to listen, want to get an understanding, want to do whatever they say? Like, think about it. Do you see a woman coaching a man in the ways that he can treat a woman? If that's what you claim, if you claim that a man can better tell a woman what to do because they know what a woman needs, they know what a woman that, great, that's fine. But women know what women need, so where are the women coaches that are coaching men to be better men? Non-existent. Fair enough. The issue is this is becoming like a poaching season. Predator versus prey. A lot of people are getting rich on preying on some hopeful woman who wants to be everything to a man who really could care less who she is to him. This is the thing that I don't like. I feel as if it's a business and they say whatever needs to be heard to rub your back and rub your tummy. That's why a lot of men hated Derek too. But I just I don't feel like it's genuine. I don't feel like it's authentic. I have very much concerns. At a certain age, women want to be married. They start to listen to anything that helps them in that direction. And yeah, that's just a sad story, I won't be able to tell it because that's not how I live my life. But watching things and experience things, yeah, that's not the route that you want to take. So that's the first reason that I feel like women should unfollow him. My thing is, who made him an expert on women? Women, obviously from the girl's interview, he's an expert on certain things. Women relationship, I don't know about that. And how to have a faithful relationship, we all don't know about that. That's point number one. Point number two. I think he, I will put it in a nice way and then I will put it in a very not so nice way. I think Derek needs to get better. And that's my nice way of putting it. My not so nice way of putting it is that man is sick, okay? He is ill. He is sick mentally. You know, I don't know what he's been doing in the bed, maybe physically too. I can't speak on it. The interview was short. So mentally, I think he needs some help. I think we all saw signs of a narcissist, you know, and I hate, you know, narcissist, toxic, cloud, they're overused words. But oh my goodness, every time a man opens his mouth, that's the first word that comes to mind for me. Here's the thing. He's a human. He's not perfect. He made a mistake. Great. The management of the mistake is what showed me exactly how narcissistic the gentleman is. First of all, you bring your wife as to save face. Even before bringing your wife to save face, the first thing of it all was you denied initially in your first video, then you came clean. You denied because of what? Apparently, according to both you and your wife, this is already happened and you knew about it. So why deny, you know? Why, you know, deny it? You don't even have to make a comment, but why deny it? To me, it's just to protect his brand, which is, you know, that's all that matters. The person is all that matters to a narcissist. So that was a selfish thing for me when I thought about it. The other thing too is that he promotes his book, you know. He promotes his book after every social interaction with him explaining himself or the wife explaining, you know, he says, learn to heal, purchase this book. And I'm like, oh, I don't know if that's the way you want to go through it, but he is, you know, like I said, unwell. So these are the things that he's not really cognizant of. He doesn't want to realize. He's not really taking accountability for anything. He's turning it into an upper hand. Sources today said that he has gained 200,000 followers since the ordeal. I know I saw in one of his videos, it reached to like 14 million people. And the narcissist in him is just running with the fame and the, you know, so-proclaimed fortune right now. He probably banked up a little bit because he's promoting a lot. If I was a client of his or if I was a follower of his, I would not like what I'm seeing right now because once again, it's all about business. It has nothing to do with authenticity. It has nothing to do with real emotions and care. It's all about me for me, baby, period. So the other reason that I believe that Derek, you know, should not be taken very seriously in terms of followers and stuff like that is I really doubt that this man has learned his lesson. He reminds me of a little boy. You know, you punish them and within 3 minutes of punishment, I learned my lesson, mommy, I understand. No, you haven't learned your lesson. And even if you have learned your lesson, you have to deal with it. There's this thing with cancel culture and everybody wanted to cancel with everything that you do that's wrong. I don't totally agree with it, but one thing that I agree with is that it allows people to have accountability and to suffer the consequences of their action. And this whole thing of this cancel culture needs to stop. It's the fact that sometimes someone deep within is saying to themselves and to the people who follow them is, I don't want to deal with the punishment for the wrong that I did. I want it to just be a Passover. You know, he wants it to be like a Kirk Franklin thing where everybody just takes up for him and not have to let him deal with any issue. You know, sometimes that's how it works, which I don't agree with either, but you know, it's not working in that capacity for him. But the whole hands up in the air and, you know, I learned my lesson, I'm a new man in 24 or 28 hours, you know, it's pretty sickening to me. And it's hilarious at the same time because, sir, you didn't even take accountability on the first account. I don't know if you probably sat with your wife and you guys agreed that, okay, yeah, I'm going to own up to it now. And that happened in a matter of hours. And now all of a sudden you're healed by the blood of Christ. I know Christ has forgiven you, but we still got some things for you, son. And you have like a proclaimed or a person that you follow, a leader, you are very inclined to do things in the same manner that the leader does. So you have to be careful of the person that you follow. You have to be careful of the person that you have as a, you know, mentor, because these are the things that you're going to be seeing that is going to ring into your mind as acceptable, you know? And I'm not saying that we're all, as an adult, foolish and we just walk blindly in the footsteps of others. But you sort of make it sort of acceptable. You know, there's some woman out there who's been going through a very serious issue of cheating and infidelity with their husband, or the husband is being disloyal and adulterous to them. And because my good friend Derek has, you know, he's changed and become like not a non-liar and a non-cheater in 16 hours, there is this woman out there who's going to be thinking the same for her husband. Because my good friend Derek's wife, you know, has been washed in the blood and God has forgiven her, there is this Christian woman who's believing the same thing. I had a friend who always said, you know, God saved me from my sins. He never saved me from my senses. And it's good to separate the two, because I think that some people lose their senses worrying about sins and trying to get forgiven from them. It's a dangerous world, okay? We're not in 1800 BC or 800 BC or whatever it is. We are in 2021. We got some serious things in the world. We're in a pandemic. We got some real good diseases. We got some real good energy going around, you know? So even mental issues, because we are in a different world. So you have to protect yourself. And whatever that may entail, you got to do. So just be very careful who you are letting back into your life and the steps that you take to let them in. Hence with with Derek. So yeah, I think in terms of his leadership role, he shouldn't be canceled out, but we're gonna put him on a little vacation, because that's exactly what he needs to get himself together. My last point is exactly what I really want to bring home, is that the man is human. You know, human makes mistake. He's human. We're all human, but one thing we can attest to is that you have good humans and then you have bad humans. That cannot be denied, okay? We want to see the good in everybody. We pray for the best and good, you know, the good in everybody, but generally that's not always the issue, and certain factors can determine that. I think Mr. Jackson needs to shy away and work away from the spotlight, you know, on his personal issues, than to sit in front of cameras while this whole situation is going on. Like even if you want to pretend that you worked it out, and even if you want to pretend that you're over it and you're healed, let's give it about 3 days to just pretend, you know, versus 3 hours. He's very popular now, and with a narcissist, that's something that can drive them. That makes them, that's like fuel for the vehicle to drive everybody freaking crazy. And you know, now he's fueled. He's very fueled. And he's fueled because he still has followers. He still has people telling him, you know, to go on. No, do not go on. Take a break. Stop. Relax, you know. Regroup, you know. Go to counseling. Do something without the camera, without us watching, without the spotlight, without promoting your book, and get it together. I think we would all like to see that happen. Opinion on it. You can let me know what you think. I think some people would agree. If you disagree, I can understand that too. I'd just like to hear your perspective on that, because I have an open mind and sometimes you can persuade me as well. But I hope you guys have a good day. This is my take on that, and we're out.